Hi guys, I'm back with another December daily, or not quite daily, process video. I'm starting, this spread here is about my favourite spiced ginger beer. It's only available at Christmas and so I go crazy with it. So I'm using the Merry 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 card that I had already created in my previous video, and I'm also going to trim down some of the packaging from the ginger beer just to fit in a 3x4 spot. And then I'm going to make a wee pocket card to put my journaling. I picked up this really cheap pad of Christmassy paper at my local store, and in it was this cinnamon photo. So I had to use that since that's the exact spice that I love in just about anything in December. So all I'm going to do is just trim that down, and I think this card was from the Kelly Perky kit last year. And I'm just stitched around that with my sewing machine, and then I'm going to trim down a tag so that it fits inside there and I can put my journaling on that later. Now of course I've changed my mind since I'd put all of the cards in pockets, so I just swapped those around a bit, and then I thought before I was done with it I thought I might put a little bit of twine on it just to add some red into the top and make it easy to pull the tag in and out. So once I add my journaling to that later on, it'll be all done. Next up, I had to start documenting just the amount of Christmas candy we get, and I'm using these cards from Push Print Studio, and literally it's just all I've done is typed my journaling on it, and now I'm going to make a tiny wee embellishment to go on this stripy card at the bottom. So I'm just using a stamp from Kelly Stamps that just says Merry Christmas. And I've just stamped that with some green ink onto some white card, and I'm going to trim that out and stick that down onto the striped card. And then I'm going to use my multi-matte medium and smush out a big line all the way around the edge of that. Mine is just about run out, so it kept popping, but the good thing about this multi-matte medium is it dries matte, so you'll never see it. And then all around the edge of the circle, I'm going to add these green sequins. I started off trying to use tweezers, but it just wasn't working, so in the end I went with my hands and then used the tweezers later on to sort of shuffle them around as I needed to. And luckily I didn't have too many issues with them fitting. There is a bit of playtime with that medium, so I just sort of spread them around as I needed to. And once that's dry, I can pop it in the pocket and that page will be done as well. Now my last page today, it's less Christmassy I guess for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, but down here we're just heading into summer, and so one of my favourite things about Christmas time is that my roses finally start blooming. So I am celebrating that today with a double page spread about them. So I printed 4 tiny little 2x2 photos and 1 6x8 photo on vellum. And I'm going to back the vellum with that grid paper, and on this 2x2 grid page I'm going to fill in the rest of the grid with this gold foil polka dot paper. I'm just shuffling them around because they're not going to be in any order, and I'm going to make a little embellishment to go on top of that. And this is a super old December daily stamp. I think it's from like 2012 from Studio Calico. And I'm just going to stamp that in black ink, and then I'm going to clear heat emboss it so it's beautiful and shiny. And once that's all heated and melted, I can trim it down and stick it onto my page protector. But first I am going to put in all my little photos and all the wee bits of paper. And so now once I trim out my shape here, I'm actually going to stick it onto the front of the page protector. I didn't want to cut it up to fit in the little squares, so I'm just going to stick it down on top. I'm pretty sure the adhesive should stick down, but if not I could staple it on later anyway. And so for this vellum piece, I'm gonna do a little bit of stamping on it first. So I'm using the Mary Joy set from Kelly Stamps, and it says, it's a long stamp that says joy, 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 which it does. It brings me a great amount of joy. With stamping on vellum, I do like stays on, but here's the mistake I make. I ink up my stamp and then faff about for too long, and the stays on has all dried up and didn't stamp at all. So I had to re-stamp it over the top and just one more on the other side to make a continuous line across the page. And then I can go to my sewing machine and stitch that back onto the grid paper. So that is that spread all done. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to keep watching, there's a couple more videos up on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!